Here we go again. Hollywood has learned absolutely nothing, and their favorite B-tier character, Pedro Pascal, is at the forefront of it once again, and he is making this all about Orange Man bad. Now, again, in a perfect world, Pedro Pascal can say whatever he wants. I don't really care if he has opinions. What I do care about is that people like Gina Carano were publicly fired and shamed for having an opinion. Hollywood didn't seem to like that. But when it comes to Pedro Pascal, someone who has a long history of doing far worse than what Gina Carano did, they have absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. And we have Pedro Pascal's latest film, Eddington. Ari Aster wrote a movie that's all of our worst fears in a post-COVID political era. This new movie is all about Donald Trump and COVID. When it came to unpacking the politics of MAGA culture and Donald Trump and Ari Aster's Eddington, there was no dodging the subject for filmmaker and stars Pedro Pascal and Joaquin Phoenix at the Cannes presser this afternoon. Actually, Phoenix let Pascal do all the talking. Eddington is a melting pot about the fallout from COVID, the frenzy of social media, and how Black Lives Matter gripped the country. The pick follows crusty sheriff Joe Cross, played by Joaquin Phoenix, who decides to take on the town's mayor, Ted Garcia, played by Pedro Pascal. But the odds are greatly stacked against Cross, and he tries to take the situation into his own hands. What? It says that Pascal, when asked how the politics of the movie speaks to the Trumpian era, it's very scary to participate in a movie that speaks to issues like this. It's far too intimidating of a question for me to address. I'm not informed enough. I want people to be safe and protective. I want very much to be on the right side of history. He added, I felt like Aster, I think that's how you say his name, wrote something that was all of our worst fears, as that lockdown experience was already a fracturing society. This was building towards the untethered sense of reality, and there is no point in not going back. I was overwhelmed by that fear, and it's wonderful it was confirmed by Ari. My goodness, these people are broken. Now, here is the clip that's going around. Pedro Pascal getting backlash for speaking out against Trump administration's immigration policy.
I want people to be safe and to be protected, and I want very much to live on the right side of history. And I'm an immigrant. My parents are refugees from Chile. I myself was a refugee. We fled a dictatorship, and I was privileged enough to grow up in the U.S. And after asylum in Denmark, and if it weren't for that, I don't know what would have happened to us. And so I stand by those protections always.
Well, it's really nice that you live in a country where you can speak out against the sitting president of the United States. You know, the same guy that's literally trying to have world peace, the guy that's trying to stop wars, the guy that has made America great again, the guy that has made the economy great again. You know, that guy that just had a Middle Eastern trip where he was celebrated all over the world. You know, it's pretty nice that you live in a country where you can speak out against that guy, even though that guy is doing things that no other president in history has ever done. Yet you, Pedro Pascal, want to pretend like he's the bad guy. Now, again, let me remind you, Pedro Pascal posted that picture right there. Now, that wasn't enough for Disney to fire him, by the way. But Gina had to get fired. So Pedro Pascal, with him in his bio there, or in his name even, this is him responding to the Geeks and Gamers account. He then, after he quote tweeted this, he watched my video, and then he decided to make fun of how I said his name, showing how triggered he really was. So he can continue to be as triggered as he wants. But the bottom line is that you are on the wrong side of history, Pedro Pascal. You have consistently been on the wrong side of history, and we will continue to laugh at you every step of the way. No one likes this guy. He is not a movie star. He's a fake movie star that Hollywood has decided that he's going to be at the forefront of everything. And I don't necessarily dislike him in movies, by the way. I'm just sick and tired of seeing him, and I'm sick and tired of him getting a free pass when you said Gina Carano can't have her opinions and you want to fire her, yet you want to elevate this guy, and every time you turn around, it's Pedro Pascal here, Pedro Pascal there. And I'm not the only one. I mean, like, he responded to quite a few people. I think originally it was, who was it? Yeah, it was Steph right here. Right here. Oh, wow, check it out, people. And he puts a bunch of rainbows and emojis. What a loser this guy is, man. And again, this is a guy who celebrated 2020 and the election. It happened in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. It was bullshit, and everything got corrected in 2024. But this guy does not love America. He absolutely does not. And he despises the American people, and he despises you if you have a different opinion than him. And he's made that very clear. And Disney has made it very clear that they don't care. They don't care that he disrespects you. They don't care that he's alienating the audience. They don't care. Because he has the correct politics in reference to Hollywood. And that is ultimately all that matters to Hollywood. So continue to do this, Pedro. Continue to play the fake victim. Continue to pretend like you care about people. But in reality, you care about no one but yourself. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.